Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday the 15th of March 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the herbal tarot for today's reading. Let's see what the cards have to say and what energy you'll be working with on Monday the 15th of March. First we've got the Ace of Cups, the Lotus, lovely. There's love. Then we've got the King of Cups, more love and water. And then we have the Fool. Very interesting. Let's see. The first thing that my attention is being drawn to is the actual lotus part of this card. The lotus flower is beautiful, but it's got a pretty tough journey. It has to go through all the mud and then get to the surface and then do all the work. So basically, the Ace of Cups in this deck is saying that you get to a point of completion today where you break through the surface, you can breathe, you can expand and relax, and you can really be yourself. You feel comfortable, you feel connected with the world, you feel loved, you have love for yourself, and you feel that you're empowered and that you have a lot to give. And it's as a result of something that you overcome, or something that you've outgrown, or some sort of cycle that completes, i.e. the journey of the lotus through the mud out to the surface. So there's a real relief. You've achieved something. Something falls away. One less burden to deal with. Lotus, this is the herbal tarot, so there are flower meanings, herb meanings rather, in this deck. So lotus is it's used as an astringent for bleeding. Okay. Divinatory meanings, enlightenment, supreme, unconditional love, success, fulfillment, blessedness. Yep. Reverse. Okay, so we don't. So it is about enlightenment, supreme, unconditional love, success for yourself. You feel lovely and positive within yourself, and you get this amazing sense of achievement. I've done something, so everything else has nothing on me. I can achieve even more. So there's a great sense of personal accomplishment and being friends with yourself. So really hold that close. You are able to go a long way and really put a lot of effort into the day, because you are able to overcome an obstacle that's been with you for a while, once and for all. Next, the King of Cups is a court card. It's an energy that's about being really, really nurturing and being selfless and being there for someone else. Really appreciating how someone else may be feeling, having patience for that, and having compassion for it. And the King of Cups is facing this card. And I really think that he's giving you the support here on your journey. And this cup is being delivered literally, well, by the King of Cups, and it's coming through because you're not alone, you're being supported. And the biggest support that you can have is being positive and kind to yourself. So the King of Cups resides in you. He's a loving man. It's as simple as that. The court cards represent people, qualities, characteristics, and the King of Cups represents everything that I would suppose stereotypically you'd associate with a man. So a man who loves you, or a man who loves himself, he honors himself, he treats himself well, he looks after his body, he treats other people as he would want to be treated himself. He is caring and genuine and supportive and honest and see-through and romantic and all those things you would associate with your ideal guy, I suppose. So the ideal guy or the ideal girl resides in you, and he or she is mainly interested in taking care of you and helping you on your journey so that you feel good and that you feel proud of yourself and that you don't overlook your own achievements and your own progress, how far you've come. It's so irritating when people solve a problem in their life and 5 seconds later it's like, well, what are we going to do about the postage? It's like, can you just achieve that you've climbed a mountain, for goodness sake? And can you give yourself a pat on the back and say, well done, and just take a moment to breathe and enjoy your successes and your achievements? Please do that today, because the cards are really encouraging you, saying, doesn't matter how hard something is, by working and continuing to move forward, the universe is going to extend an olive branch and you will get something out of it, whether it's a personal sense of achievement, or whether it's love, or whether it's a promotion, something that makes you feel wonderful. Finally, we've got the Fool. And the Fool is... Oh, I didn't look at Saw Palmetto. What's Saw Palmetto? Oh, excuse me about getting lost in this little booklet. Swords. Where was Cups? I was there a moment ago. When in doubt, complain. Let's work this long. Come on, Cups. Here we go. King of Cups. A tonic, a nutritive. Yes, he is a tonic. He's lovely. Divinatory meanings: a loving man, sensitive, spiritual, and radiant. A visionary with leanings towards business, law, divinity, art, science, and inclined to satisfy the leanings of the questioner. Oh. Inclined to satisfy the meanings of the questioner. So he's willing to give you what you want. And you can get what you want from yourself today. The sense I get, if it's someone else in your life, if I don't know about you, okay, but if I'm in a good space and I'm going about my business, I'm having lunch or something, and then, I don't know, some lawyer or business genius or scientist comes up to me and he has visionary insights and I haven't really asked to hear about any of this, I don't know how open I would be to that. I mean, incorrectly, by the sounds of it, because he's trying to give me something that I want. He's loving me. He's the best. So I'm just saying that if I was sitting at lunch and someone randomly sat down and, well, of course, I think anyone would react like that, but started waffling about something that he's really visionary about, I'd be like, who are you and why are you sitting here? Even if it was in context, if I remember I was in Chester in 2000 and... When was this? 2000 and maybe 8 or 10 or something? Oh yeah, 2000, just before 2010. And I was just getting into recovery and I was going to meetings, and there's this one guy who he was filled with religious fervor. He was just so full of God and blah, blah, blah. And he was always giving advice and talking about spirituality and stuff. And I really wasn't feeling it at that point. I was just like, calm down a second. And I looked at him in his eyes once, and he was giving me all this great advice. And his eyes were like on fire. They were... The word that came to my mind, I remember, I stared at him and I kind of shrank. I was frightened because he looked so fanatical. He looked lit up with something otherworldly. It looked like spiritual ecstasy or something, but it didn't feel right to me because it was anyway. And he was giving me what he thought was amazing advice. I wasn't willing to listen because I wasn't into the whole spiritual thing. And also I was like, this guy is... it's a bit much. So I really don't want your advice. So that's the other thing I'm getting. If someone is overly solicitous and is giving you something that you don't really want, then even though it's something that can help you on your journey, you may be a little bit reluctant to take that on board and to accept the help. So if you need help, if you get real with yourself, would you benefit from some help or not? Most people would answer yes. Most of us can use help with something. Then try and be open-minded and accept the help because there's something in it. Finally, we've got the Fool, Jinxing. The Fool is the first card in the major arcana, and it's about the conception of a new idea. Here, Jinxing is the herb of cosmic energy. So you need energy to come up with something new. So it's this cosmic clash moment of something being born. It's a tonic and demulcent, so it's soothing, same as the King of Cups. It loves you. The root is used for deficiency and weaknesses, okay? Oh, so weakness. Deficiency. You feel a lack of you don't feel a lack, you feel a sense of abundance, like you have more than enough. And that may also make you rule out the King of Cups, someone who's trying to help you, because it's like, I'm full with love, okay? We don't need more love. And again, in my experience, don't reject love, because it doesn't come along every day, and it's a nice thing to have. So, detached innocence, no responsibilities or cares, freedom to roam and enjoy unfettered energy. Right. So you're in love with yourself, you're making progress, you have a great time. You may get into this happy bubble state where you are just thrilled with what you've achieved. So it's not detached innocence, but it's like informed fairyland residence, because you're just so proud of yourself and you're having a celebration in your mind. But that, because you're so free of your cares then, you may become the person who tries to convince someone else that they can do it, and you really get on their nerves because they need to figure it out for themselves. They don't need your help. So watch what you're giving. Unsolicited advice is a no-no today. If you're receiving it, just be patient and tolerant with it. And the other thing about this is that you can enjoy this process yourself. So by completing the cycle, this is that moment I was talking about earlier. Rather than going on to the next problem, actually enjoying the fact that you've overcome something now, that you love yourself, that everything's great, and try and enjoy that moment, because new energy will stem from that. And by getting that energy, you can harness it into something loving rather than just going off a cliff with it, if you see what I mean. So don't waste your energy by sharing it with other people and telling them things they don't really want to hear or never asked to be educated about. Don't go running off into the next problem. Enjoy the moment, gather your energy, have fun, love yourself on this day, sleep on it, and then see how to best use that energy on the following day, on Tuesday. So try not to randomly and instantly sign up for things or take on new problems or get involved with new projects before doing your research, before actually celebrating your success. And yeah, don't take this action which is unprepared and based on a whim. You're doing yourself a disservice. This is a day about celebration and recharging your batteries. It's not about stumbling into something else because you haven't done your homework. Number-wise, we've got the Ace of Cups, that's 1. Court card is also 1. And here we've got a 0. So 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 2 is a relationship. Relationship with yourself is amazing. Really build yourself up. We're not always there for ourselves. It's really tragic, actually. If you think about your life when you weren't there for yourself, when you could have really used the help, and all you did was berate yourself and blame yourself, that's not the case today. You can really show up for yourself, heal, love, and that gives you a sense of recharged batteries that allows you to move ahead with your life, to have renewed vigor, and to start new things. And also, the relationships with other people are going to be there. Be willing to listen to other people. And if you are, sharing your whole life story and writing your book of advice today, make sure other people actually want to hear it before you give it away freely, so you don't waste your breath. So, wow, that looks like a wonderful day. I'm certainly looking forward to it. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my reading. So if you have any questions about your life purpose, your financial circumstances, your relationships, anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a wonderful start to the week, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.